Hello, I'm Dr. Eve. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Erectile dysfunction creates many kinds of difficulties for men. It can be caused by biological problems, by medical illness, and by certain medications as well, and oftentimes by anxiety, performance anxiety as we call it. And it'll manifest in men of different ages at different stages of their lives, more likely in men over the age of 45, and as I said, very disease-related at that age as well. I have a letter from a man who quite typifies erectile dysfunction and the distress that goes around with it. He writes that he had a very inconsistent and dysfunctional sex life with his wife, with whom he was married to for 20 years. They're now in the process of getting divorced. He's developed ED, erectile dysfunction, now as he's turning 50. He also has diabetes, and he says it's controlled. He's also becoming more fit and so is feeling better. His wife was sexually abused, and he says perhaps that'll lead to some understanding of why his sexuality was dysfunctional with her, which I really do understand, because there's very good evidence to show that women who have been sexually abused as children are more likely to have sexual dysfunction as adults. Right now, he's entered into a new relationship with another woman. He's gone close to her, and they've been playing around and fooling around, and he says that that feels great. Problem that he's having is that the penetration part has been disappointing, and he says this has caused a fair amount of tension for both of them. The question that he's asking is, do you think this is more a headspace, something that's just come from years of not being sexual and not feeling sexually functional or healthy in his relationship, or is it something more that he's experiencing? And of course he wants to know how he overcomes this. Diabetes is one of the medical conditions that can cause erectile dysfunction, and even though he says it's well controlled, it may still lead to erectile dysfunction even if it is controlled. So one needs to be looking at going to a specialist to consult around erectile dysfunction. Certainly one has to take into consideration you've going through changes, you've gone through divorce, you are transitioning into a new relationship with a new woman, so there will be higher levels of anxiety and excitement in that environment. But still, my first recommendation is to get yourself checked out by a physician. You've got to check your heart. Erectile dysfunction may be symptomatic of a cardiac event that's waiting to happen. It could be symptomatic of your diabetes, or it could be symptomatic of depression as well. So get to a physician and make sure that you get a proper examination done, just to make sure. And once you have a good diagnosis, the physician will be able to tell you if you should be taking a PD-5 inhibitor for your erection, or if you need to be having injections that will give you instant erections, or perhaps even just a pump, a penile pump would work for you, a vacuum pump device. But mostly get to a physician first, and then you'll be able to get through the relationship tension that has to exist there as well. But get your confidence back, make sure that you're healthy, and once you're prepped up with your erections, you'll be able to work through the relationship more confidently. For more information, follow me on Facebook or on Twitter, and find me on my website, dreve.co.za.